pineapple on pizza. Now, unlike most of civilized society, I actually kind of liked
That shit is nasty as fuck. Word.
Hawaiian.
They tryna copy. They tryna copy the wave. They tryna copy the wave. I'm saying we started a whole new wave. Whoa. They tryna copy the wave. They tryna copy the wave. Trap. They tryna copy the wave. Too many chain like a slave.
We good with y'all YouTube, the Rello and the top is nigga. Yes, sir. And today we're gonna be reacting to 2 true online gaming horror stories animated. I wanted to see some animated scary stories. And this was the shorter video that popped up. All of this was an hour long and I'm not watching it. I know you're not watching it. I'm definitely not editing it. So we're just gonna do this shit. Let's get into it right now. Wait, hold up. Let's get into it right now. Cause if not now, I ain't never gonna do this shit. Alright. Online gaming stories. I wanna get into animated shit. That shit look fire. Sea of Thieves. I might watch one video, it just depends on how long this shit gets.
Being a girl who plays video games can be pretty tough sometimes. Note that I said girl who plays video games and not bloody gamer girl, since that term seems to be now irrevocably associated with dirty bathwater and a Twitch thought turned scam artist. That's just one of the things.
How the fuck you sell your bathwater and you come up off that? What the fuck type of shit is that? Anyway, back to the video. That is crazy. That just blew my mind.
Yeah. Others just assume you're trash at the game because of what's between your legs. The only time I ever get any real respect from guys is when I prove I'm actually good at the game we're playing. Not that all guys are like that. I'd actually say that most don't really care that I'm a girl, but when it gets bad, it gets really bad.
Oh, I know.
And sometimes that's all it takes to ruin the experience for me completely. But there was one incident that occurred while I was playing online that put me off gaming entirely for quite a while. This is the story of Twi'lek Zane.
Why is it not a girl?
I met Twi'lek Zane one night on Sea of Thieves. For those that don't know, Sea of Thieves is an awesome multiplayer game where a crew of 2 to 4 players take control of their very own pirate ship. I was a huge fan of the Disney Pirates franchise when I was a kid. Still am, I suppose. So the idea of a game like that was hugely appealing to me. I had a lot of fun on Sea of Thieves, for a while anyway. Until one night I found myself on a ship with a crew member called Twi'lek Zane. Zane, as we'll call him, was nice at first. He seemed a little surprised to find himself sailing with a real-life girl, but a lot of people are and just get over it pretty quickly. Zane seemed like one of those guys, kind of quiet but perfectly nice otherwise. He kind of faded into the background for the most part, being overshadowed by much louder, more extroverted crew members that ran around showing off their pet parrots and playing their musical instruments. At one point, after fighting a ship full of skeleton pirates, I needed to regenerate some health. So I go below deck to our little food barrel and pick out a few pineapples to not want to get myself back to full strength. I made a remark to the guys about eating all the ship's pineapples and how it was making me hungry in real life. They asked what my favorite food was, and my reply is probably in line with like 80% of people everywhere. Pizza, I told them. This sparked off a little debate on
They better not tell me they about to ship some food to our house on some crazy
ship
shit.
when
I'm
one of the
not
crew
ready for
threw
that.
the question out there. How do you feel about pineapple on pizza? Now, unlike most of civilized society, I actually kind of liked
That shit is nasty as fuck. Word.
Hawaiian pizza. I just can't resist the whole sweet and salty thing that it has going on. But when I tell them that, this sparks off something of a mutiny. The 2 louder crew members start laughing, and one even jumped off the ship, saying he refused to sail with someone who liked pineapple on pizza.
That nigga's committed
It
suicide?
was funny, sure. We had a few laughs. All the while, Twi'lek Zane stayed quiet, not saying a word as we had our little bit of banter. About 45 minutes go by, and I'm getting hungrier and hungrier, so I tell the guys I'm about to jump off to go make some food and that I'd be back on afterward. Then I hear my doorbell.
Oh, I'm saying, bro. I knew it was going that way, bro. Yo, this nigga, yellow bell. This nigga about to be outside her crib with a pineapple pizza. Say
My flatmate was home, so
bro.
I didn't have to worry about rushing off to answer it. So I don't really take much notice of the exchange I can hear through my bedroom door. But I did start to take notice when I heard my flatmate's footsteps coming up the stairs to my room. As she opens the door,
Oh, see, I'm telling you, bro, this is crazy as hell, bro. Yo, bro, nigga found her IP and bought her some pizza.
I off my headphones, and there stands my roommate with a pizza box in her hands. It was a godsend to trust my BFF to just know when I was hungry. Or at least, that's what I thought. I was so hungry that I actually cut her off and asked her if I could have a slice of her pizza, as I was absolutely ravenous.
Nigga, it's your pizza, nigga.
She looks confused, then says she was about to ask me the same thing. I'm beyond confused at this point, so I asked the guys on Sea of Thieves to hold on a minute. I mute my mic, then turn back to my friend. My jaw is on the floor by the time she's finished talking.
Cause that pineapple
The
pizza,
pizza
nigga.
delivery wasn't for her at all.
Nah, it was for
was
you,
for me.
bro.
What's more, it had been paid for, and the topping was, you guessed it, ham
See, this is
and pineapple.
laced.
I
Nah,
felt sick.
nah.
I told my friend she could have it, that I wasn't feeling very hungry anymore.
Man, you better get
And
that
I
pizza,
feel like She
nigga.
thanks me and
What you
turns to
talking
leave, but asks me if I'm feeling okay before she shuts the door. I just lie, straight up lie, and tell her I'm fine. Just been under the weather, I suppose.
Put him
When she shuts the door, I get right back on the PC.
on his ass here,
It was horrible. I found myself asking a question that I already knew the answer to. Did one of you guys order me food? The first two louder sailors said no, with one actually laughing at what seemed like such a bizarre question. But Twi'lek Zane was silent. His character just stood still on deck, quietly watching and listening as the situation unfolded. And then he spoke up.
It was me, of course.
Enjoy,
Laced.
is all he said.
Laced.
I freaked out. I pulled the Ethernet cable out of the back of my computer so hard the connection snapped off and remained in the slot.
Man, it's too late for that shit. That nigga already know
severed.
you live, bro.
And that's all that matters.
Man.
But it was way too late, and that was the worst thing of all. There was no way for me to know just how much information Zane had acquired just from using my Microsoft ID and IP address.
Yeah, it's over.
If he managed to work out my home address, what other information had he been able to dredge up? The only comfort I could possibly take in the whole thing was that, because of his accent, I knew he was North American. But that didn't rule out the possibility that he was either living or studying in the UK and was actually much, much closer than I first thought. I barely slept the week that followed. Nightmares came every single night. Nightmares in which I'd wake up to a figure standing over my bed,
From the
a
video
crooked
game?
smile twisting their lips before they pounced.
Man.
I'd wake up crying, bed sheets soaked in a cold sweat, with my roommate rushing into my room to see if I was okay. In the end, I told them everything, and they drove me down to the police station immediately. There I spoke to an internet safety officer who was overloaded with cases just like mine, but all they could do was tell me to block the person in question, to possibly
Man, them
avoid
niggas
the
is
same
not
game as
fucking.
them.
Man, them niggas can't help you at all, bro. You better. I don't know what the fuck you better do, but you better move. You better move. You better change your IP address. You better change your password. All that. You better just get a new identity, cause it's over. That nigga know you live, bro.
Generally, the
It's
everyone
over.
is normal.
No cap.
Basically, there was absolutely nothing they could do.
Yeah, it's over.
And that's what's so scary. That maybe the internet will never be a safe place for girls like me. No matter what we do, there will always be people whose predatory attitudes seem to override all normal human feeling.
Right. Alright. I feel like that's enough. I don't need the other part. Cause I got my minutes. Yes, sir. But that shit was crazy as hell. That nigga knew where she was at. That nigga was just studying. He wasn't even saying nothing. He was just listening. He bought that bitch pizza. I think he was trying to kill. And he... Oh shit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next video.
I'm a real ass nigga, don't believe in a lie. Please don't look me in my eyes, 'cause you can see the pain inside. Leave a nigga terrified. It's been a long time coming.
I've been road running, rockin' show stuntin', smoking on runtin', codeine for luncheon.